Yo, what is going on, fam? So this is your boy Braxton, Braxton from beezybuilds, and today we're messing with the Civic. So finally, it's time to get a Civic. Just a little bit of love. You know, it's been a long time coming, but I'm excited to finally be able to make some progress. I got so tired of just like driving this thing around and it's, you know, stock form. And don't get me wrong, I love driving this thing around, but I just wanted to add a little bit of pizzazz to it. I recently started to go to Cars and Coffee and, you know, other little things like that. So I figured now is the time to take care of those. So first things first is we're throwing some wheels on this thing. First things first, we are throwing some wheels on this thing. So I went with a tried and true Honda favorite right here. Y'all can already read the box. Got it some rotas. So I just want to preface this by saying, you know, I know that rota wheels have had like somewhat of a bad reputation sometimes in the past, but honestly, the quality has gotten a bit better over the years, and for what I'm using it for, these will be perfect. I don't see the need to spend $1,500 on a set of real JDM wheels when these would do just fine. But without further ado, don't want to keep y'all waiting. These are them. These are them. I got some 15 by 6.5 rota slipstreams. These are a staple in the Honda community, and they have held many a person down. So I got these in a nice bronze finish because I thought that bronze would look good against the gray. Honestly, just thought that bronze would look pretty solid against the gray. So that's why I decided to go with this finish right here. I'm stoked because it's Saturday and my wheel, so my wheels had already been in, but my tires just got in today, which I decided to go with the Falken a Zenith RT 615K pluses. So this is the update on the RT 615 that I had ran years ago on my Miata, probably about 5 years ago now. So I'm running the updated version of those tires. The size that I decided to go with is a 205 50/15, which on a 6.5 inch rim, a 205 should look pretty meaty and give these things and give my Civic here a really aggressive kind of a wheel and tire combo. Those rotors are only a plus 40 offset, which is honestly a pretty high offset. And the reason why I didn't go with something a bit more aggressive is just because the fact that this car is so freaking mint, only 30,000 original miles for y'all that don't know. I don't want to destroy the fenders. I don't want to roll them. I don't want to take out the fender liners, nothing like that. I didn't want to have any fitment issues at all because this thing, like I said, is so mint. Like, still got OEM fender liners, like got version fenders, like no rust. So I really wanted to keep those intact. So that's why I went with such a weak offset wheel. But I think with the meaty tires and a little bit of low and some camber, this setup is going to look pretty functional and just like really good rolling down the street. The valve stems I'm going to be running are these Circuit Performance valve stems. They're all metal valve stems. I really like these. I'll have these linked in the description. I also have these wheels linked in the description along with these tires. So now what we need to do is we need to get these tires all put inside the trusty Lexus GX470. If y'all been watching any of my recent videos, and you know, just lifted this bad boy up, but still need wheels and tires for it. But we're making progress on this build right here also. So let's go ahead and get this stuff loaded, and then we're gonna take a trip to my buddy's tire shop. Unfortunately, he won't be there because he's taking his motorcycle course today. But still, we gotta get these tires mounted on these wheels so we can get a test fitment hopefully today. So let me get this stuff loaded and then we'll hit the road. All right, y'all, so we are on the way to the tire shop right now. And you know, I just want to take a little bit of time right quick just to kind of like talk about like what my plans are like for the EG. So some of y'all have been around for a while, so y'all already kind of know, but like the EG has always been like one of my favorite cars, one of my favorite platforms. But when I was younger, I just didn't have the money to build one right, you know, and it was just, I wanted a Miata at first, you know, like before I wanted an EG, because I had the mindset that a rear wheel drive was always gonna be better than front wheel drive, and like front wheel drive wasn't as fun, yada yada. Real cars are rear wheel drive, whatever. But I've always loved the shape of the EG. And I owned a few front wheel drive cars and everything, but just never got around to the EG. So now that I have it, I really want to do it right. I want to make a clean, like OEM Plus style build. I have a K20 A2 from my EP3 Type R, and that I had when I was in Germany. I brought that engine and that transmission back with me to the States. So hopefully, if everything goes right, I can get a couple of companies to work with me, and hopefully we can try and get this build started in the winter and be finished by the spring, summertime. You know, that's like best case scenario, but that's what I would like to see happen. But you know, money rules the world, right? But you know, I'm gonna see what I can do. No promises, but I just want to build a fun car with AC, power steering, that I could drive across the United States if I needed to. A car that that I just enjoy, something that's clean, something that's not going to ruin what the car was originally meant to be. These cars are getting a lot rarer, so I don't want to go strip out the whole interior. I don't want to be cutting all into the chassis, trying to make the car something that it was never intended to be. I want to preserve this car because this is a car I plan to keep. I don't plan to get rid of this car. So we had the tire shop. Got my valve stems mounted up on here. Just a little tip. Well, I had used, so this is my second time using these, but one of my subscribers had told me to put a little bit of lube on the rubber parts and put some Loctite up on the nuts that hold it on. So I did that this time around. So if you're watching, I did that because of you, but get them mounted up right now. Tires. Oh man, I love these tires. I love the tread tires. Oh shoot, dog. I got a YouTube channel. Oh yeah? Yeah, we get it all mounted up right now. I'm gonna throw it up on the Civic a little bit later. Yeah. Alright, so we are back at the house now. This is the second day. Yesterday I had to go to a friend's home warming party. So unfortunately didn't get to mount the new wheels and tires on the car, but as you can see, car is up in the air right now. And the old wheels are off. I must say they were pretty light, but it's only a 175 7013. So wow, moving up a whole 2 inches in diameter. And probably way wider. So it's definitely gonna be pretty cool just to see what it does for the aesthetics of the car. As far as the vehicle itself, this is my first time that I've actually had the vehicle jacked up and the wheels off since I actually bought the car. I had never ever took the wheels off because I had done nothing to it, but you can see super clean. This is a poverty spec Civic, so drums in the back. No ABS, no nothing like that, but exactly what I need. You can see those drums are hilariously smaller than the front rotors. Wow, they are so small. It's funny. Those brakes are gonna look tiny even inside of 15s, but overall, man, car is super duper clean. I'm actually gonna be doing a set of coilovers this week on the car, but I wanted to mount the wheels first before I do the coilovers, just so I can kind of get a baseline to see how the coilovers will affect just the way the car feels. They're like eBay coilovers, but the company sent them to me for free, so I'm doing a review, but I want to do a fair, unbiased review, so I want to make sure that I'm not like adding like super grippy tires on top of coilovers, because of course the car's gonna feel better. So we're gonna throw these wheels on right now. And then we're actually gonna take this car for a drive through the twisties, just to get a baseline and kind of just share my opinion of what I think about this car. Pretty much stock hold for wheels and tires. One thing that you will need if you do go to mount some aftermarket wheels or some conical lug nuts, because the stock ones are like an acorn style. I'll show you. The stock ones have like a mushroom head. So this is stock. And this is aftermarket right here. You can see it's a lot steeper angle, and these look like more of a cone. So let me go ahead and get you guys set up, and I'll start mounting these wheels. There she is. Sheesh. Looks pretty clean. I definitely like the bronze on the silver. I wasn't 100% sure on the choice, but I think it is a good one. God, the car just looks so clean. Look at the meats. Like, you see it from behind, like nice, wide. Well, I know 205's on a wide tire, but they look right. They look meaty on this car. Wow, look at that, dude. Oh my God, looks so clean. Definitely needs some low though, but I really like the way that the front wheel fitment is. It's not too sunken in at all. It's pretty flush, and with some natural camber, it'll definitely clear everything. I still need to take it for a drive. Just make sure there's no rubbing or anything at full lock. But for right now, it looks great. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab my GoPros and stuff, so that way I can set up the in-car footage. And we're gonna go to Riverside Drive, twisty road, and it'll be perfect for this little Civic. Even though it only has 75 horsepower, but it should still be a pretty fun ride. One thing I noticed that just tripped me out. So on my license plate, 3603 was the number of my house at my childhood home that I grew up at. That's so weird. That just tripped me out, and I didn't notice it till right before I started this video. But yeah, let me go ahead and get everything loaded up, and then I will see y'all at Riverside. All right, we are pulling up on Riverside Drive now. It's just one of the local twisty roads. Only thing that sucks about it is that it's literally located downtown. It's literally located downtown. So this is like not the best time to be here because it's literally midday. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of traffic, but see what we can do. Just as I said, right? Hopefully this car turns off. Hopefully they're like going to the beach somewhere or something. I mean the river, because the river is literally right to the right of me. But, so while we wait, oh wow, they just paved it. Oh my God, it looks so good. They just paved it. But oh man, this guy's kind of getting it. He knows this road. A little bit of a left foot braking action. Just help me along. I will say, just driving here, you can tell that the stock suspension is dealing with a heavier wheel and tire combo, just because when it goes over bumps, you can feel like the suspension having to deal with that extra like unsprung weight. But yeah, man, I didn't really get a chance to get on the car with the tires, but man, it's feeling good. Oh my God. One thing I did notice though, I was just kind of like zigzagging a little bit just as I was driving, and you can definitely feel just the fact that there's a lot more grip, because the body roll is a lot more noticeable, because the car was up on 175 winter tires at first, but now with this setup, Jesus Christ, the body roll is super noticeable. Super noticeable. Yeah, like right here, gotta be careful. But you can see this is like a pretty cool road, especially to be in the city, you know what I mean? Oh, there's so much traffic right now. Hopefully on the way back, the traffic won't be as bad. You can see like everybody's turning off though. You can see everybody's turning off. All right, so we're gonna get into more of the technical stuff right here. A little bit of left foot braking, turn in. Left foot braking here. Wow. Got so much grip with these tires. Oh, I just have no power to take me out of the corner. Got no power whatsoever. Literally have no power. I haven't driven this road in a while. God, it's such a fun road though. tires have so much grip. These 205s are like perfect, it feels, man. God, it feels so gripped up. And this is on stock suspension. I will say, like, the stock suspension does a good job of just dealing with like mid-corner bumps and stuff like that, which, you know, it makes sense. It's stock, right? This is a 90s Econobox car. You know, it was supposed to be comfortable, you know, and compliant. Hopefully we can get a clear way on the way back. It's crazy. Like, you can, like, even in stock form, like, you can tell that these Civics have just such good, like, geometry and stuff, just because, like, turning and everything with just tires did so much for this car. Man, I haven't, like, driven anything, like, engaging in a while, so just driving this is just so much fun for me. I'm just having a blast. And it's not fast, but this road is so technical that the vehicle doesn't have to be, you know? Definitely a road you want a left foot brake on though, just because, you know, if you carrying a little bit too much speed, you definitely want to be able to cut it out. Man, why are these dudes in the middle of the road, man? Middle of the road. Get the... It's a high traffic area though. It's a high traffic area. Ah, this thing is so cool. Are we still recording? Yeah, we're still recording. I might have to do that just one more time. Wow, the mantra just add lightness, a lightness. Like, you can really see that at work here, because literally with this vehicle, like, nothing's done to it. The only thing that's on this car is tires, completely stock. Besides that, keep in mind this is like a pretty mint, just example of a stock car, because only 30 something original miles, but these are the original suspension components. Like, for all I know, these are the original pads that came with the car, but here it is, you know, still like doing its thing. It's pretty awesome. Like, this car is so fun to drive, just so chuckable. Like, this car doesn't have an LSD yet, and wow, turning is still great. It's not, I mean, even with this tight technical stuff, I'm not feeling a lot of like understeer and stuff like that. Wow. Even these stock, like, undersized brakes still feel adequate. And that may be, you know, and that may be just because the power level is so low right now. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure if this car had another extra 100 horsepower, made 175 horsepower in the crank, I wouldn't be saying that same thing, because my pace would definitely be increased. But even just going through this stuff, wow, so much fun, man. Like, it makes sense why all of these 90s cars, you know, but just specifically speaking, like Civics, Integras, things like that are going up in value, because when you drive something like this, even in this stock form, you know, nothing crazy done at all. Literally tires, the only modification. And this, like, this vehicle feels great. Like, it feels great, and it's just like, you know, I understand what the hype is about Hondas. I understand why people love them so much, because, like, I've never driven this car in anger. The only other, like, similar platform I've really driven in anger was a EK Civic Type R, which that car was phenomenal, you know. But for the base model Civic to feel this good, bro, I'm impressed. I can't wait for the K-swap. I can't wait just to start dialing in the suspension, getting it aligned correctly. Like, this car intention for me isn't to be the fastest thing by far. It's to be one of the most enjoyable, engaging drives. And even just with tires, one modification, and I know tires are a huge thing, but like with one modification, the car felt that good. But anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all like the wheel choice. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know if you think the bronze over silver looks good. But yeah, I'm gonna have a link to the wheels in the description, a link to the tires in the a link to the tires in the fuck, I can't talk. A link to the tires in the description, a link to the valve stems that I use, and also a link to the lug nuts that I use. So if you wanted to replicate this setup, you literally would know exactly what I have. But that's going to be all for this video. I hope y'all enjoy. Take it easy. I'm out. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Come on now. Y'all know how YouTube works. Reaction for a reason.
Coach.